Today, I'm going to show you how to set up the most powerful WooCommerce cart abandonment recovery plugin for your store. And early on, I'll share one extremely important tip that will dramatically increase the number of carts that you're able to recover, and thus the amount of profit that you make from setting all of this up. You cannot forget to do this one thing. Now, to put this into perspective and highlight just how important it is for you to go out and recover your abandoned carts, it's said that 70% of people will abandon their carts during the checkout process. That means if 100 people go to your store and add products to cart, 70 of them will leave without purchasing from your website. By taking the time to set up your abandoned cart recovery automations and optimize them, you could significantly increase the profit that you make in your store. And best of all, this system sells your products on autopilot once you've set it up. Now, to set up our cart abandonment recovery automations today, we're going to be using a WordPress plugin called FunnelKit Automations. And a picture says 1,000 words, so how about we jump into a website that I've created for today's video, and I show you some of the features that you can use inside of FunnelKit Automations to recover your abandoned carts. And in doing so, you'll also see some of the things that we're going to set up in this video today. So here I am in my WordPress website, and if I go down to FunnelKit Automations here, and then to carts, when somebody abandons their cart in your website, this is where you're going to save their data. And this is one of the big benefits of using FunnelKit Automations, is that it's a plugin inside of your WooCommerce website. So you don't have to go and get your customer's cart details and send it to another third-party software where you send emails from there. Everything happens in your WordPress website. You're not sending data all over the place. It's very easy to manage. Now, once you've saved your customers' data here inside of FunnelKit Automations, the way that you recover your abandoned carts is by contacting your customers through automations. So if we come down here under FunnelKit Automations and then to automations, you can see that I have one automation currently active over here for abandoned carts. And if I click into this, this is how an automation works. So it has a trigger or an event, which here, when somebody abandons their cart, you add them into this automation, and then you take them through a series of events inside of this automation. So you can send them emails, you can wait 12 hours, send them another email, and so on. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up this one here, but later on, I'm going to show you some more advanced ways that you can use FunnelKit Automations to recover your cart abandonments. If we go up to Analytics and then Carts, on this screen, FunnelKit Automations gives you some really good insights into the carts that are being abandoned in your website and how many of them you're managing to recover, and also how much extra profit you're making from doing that. So you can filter by time period here, see how many were recoverable, the potential revenue, how many you actually managed to recover, how much extra revenue you made during this time period from your abandoned cart recovery automations, what percent of them you're recovering, and how many you lost, meaning you didn't manage to recover them. And down here, you can digest that data in graphs. So hopefully that's got you pumped up to implement this into your website. Let's get into the step-by-step process so I can show you how to set all of this up. Let's start with step 1. Now, something that will really impact your ability to recover the carts that are abandoned in your website is your ability to send an email to your customer and land in their inbox. And one of the things that you can set up to ensure that you land in their inbox and not their spam folder is by using an SMTP plugin. And here on my screen is an illustration that explains why they help. So normally when you send an email from your WooCommerce website, you could land in the spam folder. And so an SMTP plugin allows you to send an email from your WooCommerce website, but it actually gets passed through a third-party service that specializes in sending emails. And they authenticate your email and help increase your email deliverability because they have great reputations with inboxes such as Google. So when you send your email, it goes through the third party and then it gets delivered into the inbox. So you definitely want to make sure you're using an SMTP plugin when you go ahead and use FunnelKit Automations. Now, this illustration on my screen is actually on the SMTP plugin's website that we're going to use for today's video. So let's go ahead and install this. So in our WordPress dashboard, I'll go down to plugins and then to add new. And you want to search for WP Mail SMTP, and it's this plugin here. Now, I've already installed and activated this plugin. So if I scroll down, here's the plugin in my admin menu. So I'll go to settings. And on this screen, if you scroll down a little bit, we can click on Launch Setup Wizard. So we'll click Let's Get Started. And on this next screen, if we scroll down, these are all the SMTP providers that you can use. Now you want to do your research into which one's going to be the best for you because they have different pricing structures. So head on over to each of their websites, have a look at how you're going to be using it within your business, how many emails you're going to be sending from your store, and then choose the one that is most appropriate for you. For this demonstration today, I'm just going to select Other SMTP and click Save and Continue. And then on this screen, I'll scroll down. And I've already put these settings in prior to this tutorial today, so they're already pre-filled, but I'll just show you what they look like here. And then I'll click Save and Continue. And then here you can enable specific features, but I'll scroll down and click Save and Continue. And then here you can opt in for tips, but I'm just going to click Skip this step. You do have the option to upgrade to a pro version, but I'm just going to go down and skip this step. And now that's all successfully installed. So I'll scroll to the bottom and click Finish Setup. What I would recommend doing now is going to Email Test. Send yourself a test email, and if this arrives in your inbox, that means you've set up your SMTP plugin correctly, and now the emails that you send to your customer about their abandoned carts will arrive in their inbox and not their spam folder. So now we're ready to move on to the next step in setting up FunnelKit Automations. In the intro to today's video, I promised that I'd share one big tip that will help you recover more of your abandoned carts in your website, and this is that tip. Here on my screen right now is a WooCommerce checkout page, and the main thing that I want to point out here is that the first field in the checkout form is the email field, and you want to ensure that this is the case in your website when you set this up. And the reason that you want to do this is that when people come to the checkout page, even if they put in their email address here and then maybe they get distracted, at least you have a way to contact them in the future. And you might think, well, isn't this how WooCommerce does it out of the box? Well, it actually isn't. This is what the WooCommerce checkout form looks like by default. It has first name, last name, company name, the country, street address, shipping address, state, all these details, phone, and then email address right at the bottom. So obviously this is not the most optimized way for you as a store owner to be running your store. So what's the easiest way to move this email address field to the top of the checkout form? It's to use the FunnelKit plugin. Here I am in our WordPress dashboard, and I want to point your attention to two different plugins here in the sidebar. So the first one is FunnelKit Automations, and that's a keyword, automations. This is the plugin that we're going to be using to set up our automated emails for when somebody abandons their cart in our website. So today's video will predominantly be using the FunnelKit Automations plugin. But to customize our WooCommerce checkout page, we're going to be using the FunnelKit plugin. Now, the FunnelKit plugin allows you to create one-click upsells after your checkout page. It allows you to build entire sales funnels, and it also allows you to customize your WooCommerce checkout page and the order of the form fields in your checkout form. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go to FunnelKit and then down to Store Checkout. If I add new step, and then under checkout page, I can select my page builder. And if I go down, you can see that this is the design that I was using before. So I'll preview that and then import this template, and I'll call this default checkout and click add. And I'll click into this checkout and then to fields. And by default, the FunnelKit plugin knows that you should have the email address at the top of your form. So out of the box, this template has it there for us. And now if we go to the front end of our website and reload our checkout page, so now we have the email field right at the top of the checkout form, ready to capture their details in case they abandon their cart so that we can recover it later on. So now that we've optimized the form fields in our WooCommerce checkout page, we now need to make sure that we're saving the details about our customer and what's in their cart into FunnelKit Automations. And to do that, we need to enable a setting called cart tracking. Here in the dashboard of our website, I'll go down to FunnelKit Automations and then to settings. And then here under cart, I will enable cart tracking, which is going to capture the buyer's email and cart details. So if I enable this and then scroll down to the end and click Save Settings, we're now capturing the details about our customers' carts. And I'll quickly show you how that works. If we scroll up a little bit, you can see that when we enabled cart tracking, it revealed some settings, but the one that I want to pay attention to now is the wait period, which is defaulted to 15 minutes. And this is defined as the time before a cart is marked as recoverable. So just make note that the wait period is currently set to 15 minutes. But if we go down here under FunnelKit Automations and then to carts, Under the Recoverable tab, we get a list of all the carts that have been abandoned in our website that could potentially be recovered through automations, but we also get the active carts in our website, so people that are currently on the checkout page. They get listed here because they are potentially going to be recovered. But notice how I'm not listed here currently with a cart. But if on the checkout page, I put my email address, if we come back here and I reload the page, you can see that it's captured my cart details and added it in here. So it's got my email address, what was inside my cart, and the value of the cart. And it's currently in pending status, where the other ones under that are in progress. So the difference between this and why I wanted to point it out in this section is that when people are going through your checkout form, it still saves their cart details just in case it's abandoned, puts it in pending status, and then that wait period kicks in, which is defaulted to 15 minutes. So if after 15 minutes, I haven't completed my purchase, then FunnelKit Automations deems my cart as being abandoned, and then it will go from pending process into in progress. And when a customer's cart is in progress, it means that they're actively in an automation where their abandoned cart is trying to be recovered. And if they purchase during an automation, their cart moves to recovered, and if they don't purchase, then they go into the lost. So with cart tracking enabled and the carts being saved here, we're now ready to set up our first abandoned cart recovery automation. So to do that, under FunnelKit Automations, I'll go down to Automations and click Add New Automation, and we'll go Start from Scratch. And I'll give my automation a name, and then I'll click Create. Next, I'll click Select Trigger, and under WooCommerce, I'll select Cart Abandoned and click Done. So when somebody abandons their cart, let's do an action where we send them an email. And I'll click Done. And the subject line will be, was something wrong? And then down here, we're going to design this email using the drag and drop visual builder. So with that selected, I'll click Edit to launch the builder. And now we have a couple of different options to start designing our email. We could use a pre-made design, as you see on the screen here. So if I go ahead and click Preview, you could one-click import this as a starting point and then customize it to match your branding. And then here's a second one. As you can see, they're both modern, clean, and exactly what your customers expect to receive from your brand when you email them. I'm thinking for today's video, let's start from scratch and recreate this design here that you see on the screen. So I'll go ahead and exit out of this, and then come over to here and click Start from Blank. So let's go ahead and delete all of these now, and we're going to build this up from scratch. So we have one row, inside of there is one section, and then inside of there is one column. So into that column, let's add our site logo block. The only thing that I'll do here is just scale this down to 33%. And then under that, let's go ahead and add another row. On this section, we'll set the background color to be the blue color. And then under blocks, let's drag our text block into here. We'll add our text into here and we'll center it. And then after hey, we want to output our customer's first name. So I'll go to merge tag, and then under contact's first name, I will go to the settings. Here, in case there's no first name captured, we could say hey there, and then we'll copy that merge tag, and then we'll paste that in there. And for the person's name, let's go ahead and make that bold and change it to a pink color. We'll increase the size of this font, making it somewhere like 24 pixels. So here I will go to structure and we'll add a new row. And then inside here, let's go to our blocks and we'll add an image block. And then we will add a text block. And then we will add another text block. I'll add the text for my heading. I'll add some dummy text for my mission statement, and I'll select upload image, select my image, and then click select image. And I'll scale the image down to maybe 50%. So let's go ahead and go to structure, and then we'll add a new row under this. And then down here, we'll go to our blocks, and where we have our general content blocks, under that we have our WooCommerce specific blocks. So here, let's go and add a text block and add some text. And then under that, let's add our cart items block. And then under that, we will add our cart link block. So let's just finish off this here by adding a new row at the bottom. And then inside of here, we'll go ahead and add our site logo. And we'll scale this down to maybe 25%. So let's go ahead and style this now. So this image here from the top, let's go ahead and add 15 pixels padding on the top. So this heading, let's make it bold, and let's go ahead and size it up significantly, and we will center it. Let's add some padding on the top of maybe 15 pixels. And this text here, we will also go ahead and center that. Then down here, I'll make this bold as well, and let's size that up to be 22 pixels. And we could add some padding on top for that. And then down here, I'll click on this button, and let's make it a green color so it stands out. And then over here, I might make it 60% wide, and I'll make this bold, and I'll change the text to say complete order. And I'll size that up as well to be 20 pixels. So here's our final email in the email builder. I'll click save, and then preview and test. I'll put in my email address and click send email. Email sent successfully. And here's that email in my inbox looking exactly like we designed in the email builder. Coming back to our email, if we exit out of this and return to our automation, that's a very simple automation that you can set up in WooCommerce to recover your cart abandonments. Now, what I want to do is take this one step further, and let's go ahead and separate out based on the value of the carts. So if it's a lower valued cart, maybe under $90, we're going to remind them a couple of times and we'll leave them at that. But if the cart total is greater than $90, we really want to try and get these people back to our website and purchasing because it's a larger order for us. We should make more profit off that. So how about for those cart totals that are over $90, we create a coupon code just for them to entice them and put them over the edge. So looking at the automation, when somebody abandons their cart, we want to go and add a condition based on the value of the cart. So to do that, we click the plus sign and then go to condition, and then we'll add new condition. If the cart total over here, we'll select is greater than and put in $90 and click save. And I'm just going to zoom out here so we can see a little bit more easily what's going on. So let's first complete the no side where the cart total is less than $90. So let's start by sending them a reminder. Now we just set up a reminder email. So how about we just get this one here and we move it and we put it over here under no. So I'll click there and that's pasted. Now worth noting is that when we added an action into that no path, it moved the no over here. So when the cart total is greater than $90, no it's not, we're going to send that reminder. And then I think we should add a delay, and let's wait 24 hours and save. And then down here, we can send another reminder. Now we could go ahead and up here get this email and then copy it and then paste it down there. But a better way to do that is by using templates inside of FunnelKit Automations. So to create a template, we can click into this email that we created before. And if we go down, we can click save as template. And I'll call this default design white background and click save. And now if we return to our automation, down here we can add, and we add an action, and it will be to send an email, and then click done. Next, I'll click on templates, find my template, and then click apply. Now be careful, when you add a template, it does come across with the subject line, so I'll go ahead and replace that to say, second reminder, your cart is expiring, hurry. Now let's go down and click edit to launch the visual builder. To keep this tutorial simple today, I'm just going to go ahead and update this text. So now it says, hey first name, just a reminder that your cart is expiring. In case you missed yesterday's email, we put your products aside. As a reminder, here is what's in your cart. Click here to go back and complete your order. So I'll go ahead and save this and then exit out of the email builder and return to our automation. And I'll just zoom out a little bit more so it's a little bit easier. So we have that first reminder, we wait 24 hours and then send that second reminder. I'm not going to go any further for today's video, but obviously you could do as many as you wanted. Now let's focus on, if we go back up here, if the cart total is greater than $90. So we're going to start this by sending the first reminder email. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and copy this first reminder email from the no side and paste it into the yes side. So now the first emails are the same in both paths. And then let's also add a delay. So I'll copy this delay from there and I'll paste it over here. So with that done, this is where things get different. Let's now go ahead and create a 10% off coupon code and send it to only those people that have a cart total greater than $90. So I'll zoom in here and come down. And the first thing that we need to do is create that 10% off coupon code. So to do that, we click the plus and then we go to action. And then under WooCommerce, we click on create coupon. and then done. And the coupon title, I'll name it Abandoned Cart 10% off, and we will give 10% off. And this is the coupon code. So I'm going to call this AC10 for Abandoned Cart 10. So let's go down, and I'm going to allow this never to expire, and I'm going to not allow free shipping. And I'll go up, and then we'll go to the next tab, Restrictions, and I'm going to put the $90 minimum spend there, individual use only, so they can't combine it with other coupon codes. You could exclude sale items in here if you wanted to. You could make this only apply for specific products, specific categories. I'm not going to do that for now. And then under limits, I'm going to make it so this coupon code can only be used once. And then I'll click save. So now that we're creating the coupon code, let's send access to our customers. So to do that, I'm going to click the plus sign, and I'll click action, and then email, and done. And here I'll click on templates, and then select our default template. And I'll update the subject to say, here's a surprise just for you. Then let's launch the visual builder. And I'll just update the text here. So here I said, your 10% off has been unlocked. Hi, first name. In case you missed our email, we put aside those items you were thinking of ordering. And now let's exit out of this. And under our WooCommerce blocks, let's drag in a coupon block and drop it just above our cart items. And with it selected, the coupon type is going to be one that's generated from within our automation. And if I go here, we can see there's that Abandoned Cart 10% off dynamic coupon that we just created inside of this automation. And we can see the merge tag here is going to dynamically output a random coupon code for each specific person, so it's unique to them. To finish this off, I'm going to add some styling, and all I'm going to be doing is just going through the options here on the left-hand side. You can see under code, this is where we can change things related to the code, and if we go to button, this is where we change the button styling. So I'll go ahead and do that now, and with that done, this would be the final email. Let's save this, and then exit out of the builder, and return to our automation. And if I zoom right out, and we start from the top, now when somebody abandons their cart, if the cart total is greater than $90, if it's not, we send them an email, wait 24 hours, send them another email, and then they exit the automation. But if their cart total is greater than $90, then we're going to send them an email, and then we wait 24 hours, then we create that dynamic coupon code, and then we send them an email where the button links them back to checkout and applies that coupon code automatically for them. But that's one way you might want to use conditions inside your cart abandonment recovery automation. So now that you know how to set up your automation to recover that lost revenue, it's now time for you to shift your focus to reducing the amount of people that are abandoning their carts on your website in the first place. And one of the most effective ways to do this is by reducing the amount of information your customers need to enter during the checkout process. What if there was a way that your customers could go to your website, add your products to their cart, go to the checkout page, tap one button on their phone, you charge their credit card, and they place their order? Well, there actually is a way to do that. It's called Express Checkout, and it's where you enable Apple Pay and Google Pay on your website. Now, if you're not sure how to go and do that, I have a video that's on your screen right now where I show you exactly how to go and set it up in your WooCommerce website. It doesn't cost you any money, and you can set it up in a couple of minutes. So click on this video here, and I'll show you how to set that up right now.